Picture this. You're a young man trying to grow, build your life, and you wake up early, 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning. You go to the gym till 6. Take a shower, get ready for work a 12-hour shift, 9 to 9, drive in 2 hours of traffic to get to work, an hour to get home, and you do that over again the next day, and the next day, and the next day. And what does your life look like at that point? And a lot of you guys can probably relate to that and understand what that looks like, because you do it every day. Or you don't do that. And you think to yourself, why am I not further ahead in life? And maybe that's why. Maybe you're not further ahead because there's other people doing more than you, working harder than you, and they aren't seeing results. So you think you're going to get results doing less than that person, and you wonder why you aren't where you want to be in life. And that's a brutal lesson for a lot of guys to figure out the hard way. And hopefully you don't find out too late. I think a really important thing in life, I work out like crazy. I take care of my diet, my health, my physique. And I don't necessarily do it for the looks and the vanity. Okay, maybe I'm lying a little bit. Maybe I do it a little bit for that. But the main reason that I work out and do the things that I do is, as much as it's training your muscles, it's training your body, it's more importantly training your mindset and your discipline. Because when you're in a deep sleep and your alarm goes off telling you to get up, that is difficult. That is hard to do. And to get up and work out and not just hit snooze is even harder. And the act of working out is just an act. It is. Just lifting weights and putting them down is not difficult in itself. But doing it repeatedly over and over again until your muscles hurt, and then going back and picking up the weights even when your muscles hurt, that's what we're talking about. That's training your mind to do things that you don't want to do. That's training your mind for war. And the biggest war you're going to have in your day is in that first hour that you're awake. The decision you make to get up, the decision you make to go to the gym and have your morning coffee. It's all about the decisions you make. What decisions are you going to make? And are they the right ones? Recently, I've been battling a lot of demons on myself. I don't like my job. It sucks and this and that. And I'm so worried about things that are outside of my control. And I've just started to understand that you can't control every factor in your life. What if this happens? What if this goes wrong? What if the economy shuts down? What if the government doesn't do what I want it to do? You get to a point where you no longer think about that stuff. And the reason you're able to do that, and the reason I've kind of been able to do this for myself, is because I'm doing everything that I can do. And the habits I've created for myself, I've accepted that whether this YouTube channel works, whether I get the dream job that I've been wanting since I was 3 years old, all those things you don't have full control over. But I know I'm going to be successful. And I know that because I get up early every day. I go to the gym every day. I eat pretty good for the most part every day. And you might be sitting there saying to yourself, I don't do those things. So you probably feel anxious. You have anxiety, depression, And I have those things too, just like everybody else. But if you're doing the right things, you're getting up early, working out, going on the treadmill, going for a run, you don't really worry about things outside of your control as much. Because if you're worrying about the things that you can control, I know I'm going to be successful because I'm competent. I know I'm going to be successful because I work hard over a long period of time. I'm dedicated to this channel, to myself, to my family. Are you dedicated to anything in your life or no? And you're the only one that can answer that for yourself. So think about that for a minute. If you feel like you're not where you want to be in life, you're not successful, you're worried about not being successful, ask yourself a simple question. What do you do in your morning? Do you work out? Do you sleep in? Do you binge drink? Do you have your black coffee, or do you have this giant IHOP Waffle House breakfast every day? What do you do? Is there anything you're doing now that you can honestly reassess on yourself, things that I could change to be better? Because at the end of the day, that's the most important part. The action and the doing, and reevaluating yourself every couple weeks. Give yourself an audit. What have I been doing recently? Have I been tracking my calories? Have I been hitting the gym? Have I been working out? Have I been waking up when I'm supposed to? Have I been working overtime when I'm supposed to? Have I been working on my business when I'm supposed to? And once you can answer those things for yourself, you start to figure out if you're doing what you need to do. And that's going to be your barometer if you can be successful or not. And even doing all those things, there's no guarantee that you're going to be successful. Or maybe you won't be successful in the way that you maybe think you will be right now. But people that work hard, people that do the things they're supposed to do for a reason, they're going to be successful in some way. Just keep going. Believe that everything you're doing has a purpose. You're struggling right now. You're going through a hard time right now for a reason, for a purpose. And it's probably one you don't even know why. It doesn't make sense. And that's okay. It never does in the moment. The thunderstorm and the rain is damaging, destructive. But 2 days after the storm, the flowers start blooming. The grass starts turning greener. And that destruction a few days ago led to a rainbow just a little while later. But we get so caught up in the storm that we don't really understand why the storm is happening. We're so worried about why the storm is happening. And instead of worrying about why the storm is happening, why is the storm happening to me? Start turning it into, how am I going to weather the storm? How am I going to get through the storm? And this end up being the best thing that ever happened to me later on. And once you make that change in your mind, that's when you're going to see the real change in your life. And it won't happen right away. It might take 6 months, 8 months, a year, 2 years. It might take you 10 years. But it will happen. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I'll see you guys again next time.